Here's a shocking fact that most doctors won't tell you: after age 30, you lose up to 8% of your muscle mass every single decade. By the time you're 70, you could have lost nearly half of your strength. But here's what's truly remarkable. In Okinawa, Japan, people in their 80s and 90s are still gardening, walking miles every day, and living independently. Meanwhile, in Western countries, many people become dependent on others by age 65. What's their secret? It's not genetics. It's not some expensive supplement. And it's definitely not complicated gym routines that require expensive equipment. The difference lies in 6 simple movements that our ancestors did naturally every single day, but we've completely forgotten in our modern world. These aren't exercises in the traditional sense. They're natural human movements that keep your body young, strong, and pain-free well into your golden years. Harvard Medical School recently published research showing that people who perform these specific movement patterns have 40% less risk of falls, 60% better balance, and maintain muscle strength equivalent to people 20 years younger. Today, I'm going to share these 6 forgotten exercises with you. Each one takes less than 5 minutes to learn, requires no equipment, and can be done right in your living room. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to start reversing the aging process in your own body. But before we dive in, I want you to do something for me. In the comments below, write your age and what city you're watching from. I love connecting with viewers from around the world, and it helps me understand who I'm talking to. Now, let's discover these 6 life-changing movements, starting with number 6. Exercise 6, the deep squat hold. Number 6 is the deep squat hold. Now, I know what you're thinking. I can't squat anymore. But hear me out. In many Asian cultures, people squat naturally while cooking, socializing, and even relaxing. They call it the resting squat. A study from Kyoto University followed 500 people over age 60 for 10 years. Those who could hold a deep squat for just 2 minutes had 70% fewer hip fractures and maintained their independence twice as long. Here's why this movement is so powerful. When you squat deeply, you activate every major muscle group in your lower body simultaneously. Your glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves all work together. More importantly, you're maintaining the full range of motion in your hips, knees, and ankles. But here's the beautiful part: you don't need to start with a full squat. Begin by sitting in a chair and standing up without using your hands. Do this 10 times. As you get stronger, lower the chair height gradually. Eventually, you'll be able to hold a deep squat. The deep squat also improves your digestion, reduces lower back pain, and keeps your pelvic floor muscles strong. Think of it as nature's way of keeping your entire lower body young and functional. Start with just 30 seconds, twice a day. You can do this while watching television or waiting for your coffee to brew. Within a month, you'll notice climbing stairs becomes effortless again. Exercise 5, the bear walk. Number 5 is the bear walk, and this one might surprise you. When was the last time you moved on your hands and feet? Probably when you were a child, right? Stanford University's Longevity Research Center discovered something fascinating. Adults who perform quadrupedal movements, that's moving on hands and feet, show remarkable improvements in cognitive function and overall coordination. Their brain scans revealed increased neural connectivity in areas responsible for balance and spatial awareness. The bear walk is simple. Start on your hands and knees, then lift your knees just 2 inches off the ground. Now, walk forward slowly, moving your right hand with your left foot, then your left hand with your right foot. This is called contralateral movement, and it's exactly how your brain developed when you were learning to walk as a baby. Here's what happens in your body. First, your core muscles activate at a level that's impossible to achieve with traditional exercises. Your shoulders, wrists, and spine all work together to maintain stability. Most importantly, you're rewiring your brain to control complex movement patterns. But the real magic happens in your shoulders. As we age, our shoulders often round forward from sitting too much. The bear walk naturally pulls your shoulders back into proper alignment and strengthens all the small stabilizing muscles that keep you upright and pain-free. I've seen 70-year-olds completely eliminate their chronic shoulder pain in just 3 weeks of bear walking for 2 minutes a day. The movement also improves your grip strength, which research shows is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Start by bear walking for just 10 steps forward and 10 steps backward. Do this twice a day. You can do it in your hallway, your backyard, or even in your bedroom. Within 2 weeks, you'll feel stronger and more coordinated than you have in years. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about moving your body in ways it was designed to move. Exercise 4, the Turkish Get Up. Number 4 is the modified Turkish Get Up. Now, this movement has a fascinating history. It was originally developed by Turkish warriors hundreds of years ago as a way to get up from the ground while carrying a sword and shield. Here's why this matters for you. The ability to get up from the floor without using your hands is one of the strongest predictors of independence and longevity. Brazilian researchers followed 2,000 adults over age 50 for 6 years. Those who could get up from the floor without using their hands had a 40% lower risk of death from all causes. The Turkish Get Up trains your entire body to work as one integrated system. It improves your hip mobility, shoulder stability, and core strength all at the same time. But most importantly, it gives you confidence that you can handle any situation that requires getting up and down. Now, I'm not going to ask you to do the full Turkish Get Up immediately. We'll start with a modified version that anyone can do, regardless of current fitness level. Lie on your back with your right arm pointing toward the ceiling. Bend your right knee and place your foot flat on the floor. Your left arm should be at a 45-degree angle from your body for support. Here's the key: press through your right foot and left elbow to lift your torso up to a sitting position. Pause here. This is your starting goal. Once you can sit up smoothly, we'll add the next step, shifting your weight to your left hand and lifting your hips to create a bridge. The beauty of this movement is that it teaches your body to move as one piece, not as separate parts. Your nervous system learns to coordinate complex movements, which translates into better balance and fewer falls in daily life. Practice the sit-up portion 5 times on each side, twice a day. Focus on smooth, controlled movement rather than speed. As you get stronger, you can add the hip lift and eventually progress to the full movement. This exercise has changed the lives of thousands of people over 60. They go from feeling fragile and unsteady to feeling strong and capable again. Exercise 3, the crawling pattern. Number 3 is the crawling pattern, and this one connects directly to your brain health in ways you might not expect. Neuroscientists at the University of Michigan made a startling discovery. Adults who perform crawling movements show significant improvements in memory, problem-solving, and overall cognitive function within just 8 weeks. They found that crawling activates both hemispheres of your brain simultaneously, creating new neural pathways that improve mental sharpness. But here's what really matters for those of us over 50. Crawling is the most natural movement pattern for developing core stability and coordinated movement between your upper and lower body. Think about it this way: every baby learns to crawl before they walk. Crawling teaches the nervous system how to coordinate opposite arm and leg movements. This coordination is essential for walking, running, and maintaining balance as we age. The crawling pattern I want you to learn is slightly different from baby crawling. Start on your hands and knees, but keep your knees directly under your hips and your hands directly under your shoulders. This is your starting position. Now, lift your knees just 1 inch off the ground. You should be balanced on your hands and toes. From here, move your right hand forward a few inches, then your left foot forward the same distance. Next, move your left hand forward, then your right foot. This is the fundamental crawling pattern. What's happening in your body is remarkable. Your deep core muscles, the ones that support your spine, are working constantly to maintain stability. Your shoulders are strengthening in multiple directions. Your hip flexors, which often become tight from sitting, are lengthening and strengthening simultaneously. But here's the most important benefit: you're training your vestibular system, the part of your inner ear responsible for balance. As we age, our balance naturally deteriorates, leading to falls and injuries. Crawling patterns specifically target and improve this system. Research from Johns Hopkins showed that adults who practiced crawling patterns for just 5 minutes a day reduced their fall risk by 55% within 3 months. Start with crawling forward for 10 steps, then backward for 10 steps. Do this twice a day. You can do it on carpet, grass, or even on a yoga mat. The surface doesn't matter, what matters is the movement pattern itself. I want you to think of crawling as meditation in motion. Focus on the rhythm: right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Let your breathing sync with the movement. Many of my clients tell me this becomes their favorite part of the day because it's both challenging and deeply relaxing. Exercise 2, the wall sit with arm movements. Number 2 is the wall sit with arm movements, and this combination might be the most underestimated exercise for healthy aging. Here's what most people don't know: the wall sit isn't just about leg strength. When done correctly, it's a full-body isometric exercise that builds the kind of functional strength you use every day. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic studied the effects of wall sits on adults over 60. They discovered that people who performed wall sits for just 3 minutes a day showed remarkable improvements in blood pressure, leg strength, and postural stability. But here's the fascinating part: when they added arm movements to the wall sit, the benefits nearly doubled. Let me explain why this happens. When you hold a wall sit, you're training your quadriceps, glutes, and core muscles to work together under sustained tension. This builds endurance in the exact muscles you need for walking, climbing stairs, and getting out of chairs. But when you add arm movements, something magical happens, your heart rate increases, improving cardiovascular health. Your core has to work harder to maintain stability while your arms move. Most importantly, you're training your body to multitask, maintaining lower body strength while your upper body performs different movements. Here's how to do it properly. Stand with your back against a wall, feet about shoulder width apart and about 2 feet away from the wall. Slide down until your thighs are parallel to the floor, or as low as you can comfortably go. Your knees should be at a 90-degree angle if possible. Now here's where it gets interesting. While holding this position, perform simple arm movements. Start by raising both arms overhead, then lowering them to your sides. Do this 10 times. Next, try arm circles, 10 forward, 10 backward. Finally, try alternating arm raises, left arm up, right arm up. What you're doing is training your body for real-life situations. Think about it, when you're carrying groceries upstairs, your legs need to be strong while your arms are working. When you're reaching for something on a high shelf while standing, your legs provide the foundation while your arms do the reaching. The wall sit with arm movements prepares your body for exactly these situations. It builds what we call functional integration, the ability of different body parts to work together efficiently. Start by holding the wall sit for 30 seconds without any arm movements. Once you can hold this comfortably, add the arm movements. Work up to holding the position for 2 minutes while performing different arm patterns. I've seen this exercise transform people's confidence in their daily activities. They go from struggling with simple tasks to feeling strong and capable in all their movements. Exercise 1, the ground to standing movement. And now, number 1, the ground to standing movement. This is the most important exercise you'll learn today, and it might just save your life. Here's a sobering statistic from the Centers for Disease Control. Every year, 1 out of 4 adults over 65 falls, and falling is the leading cause of injury-related death in this age group. But here's what's truly heartbreaking. Most of these falls happen not because people are weak, but because they've lost confidence in their ability to control their body's movement. The ground to standing movement addresses this directly. It teaches you how to get up from the floor safely and confidently, which builds both physical strength and mental confidence. But this movement does something even more profound. It reconnects you with your body's natural movement patterns and gives you the confidence to move freely without fear. Let me share a story that illustrates why this is so important. I had a client named Margaret, 73 years old, who came to me after a minor fall in her garden. She wasn't seriously hurt, but she became terrified of falling again. She stopped gardening, stopped walking her dog, and essentially stopped living the active life she loved. Within 6 weeks of practicing the ground to standing movement daily, Margaret was back in her garden and walking her dog twice a day. More importantly, she told me she felt free again, free from the fear that had been controlling her life. Here's how to practice this life-changing movement safely. Start by sitting on the edge of a sturdy chair or couch. Place your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Now, lean forward slightly and stand up without using your hands. This is phase 1, and it might be challenging at first. That's perfectly normal. Once you can stand from a chair without using your hands 10 times in a row, move to phase 2, sitting on a lower surface like a coffee table or ottoman. Again, practice standing without using your hands. Phase 3 is sitting on the floor with your legs extended in front of you. From here, you'll learn to roll to one side, bring your knees under you to get into a kneeling position, then step 1 foot forward and stand up. This is the complete ground to standing movement. Now, I want to be very clear. You should progress through these phases slowly and only move to the next phase when you feel completely confident and stable. This isn't about rushing, it's about building genuine strength and confidence. The physical benefits are remarkable. You'll strengthen your legs, improve your balance, and develop the coordination necessary for safe movement. But the psychological benefits might be even more important. You'll develop unshakable confidence in your body's ability to handle unexpected situations. Practice this movement sequence every day, but listen to your body. Some days you might only practice getting up from a chair. Other days you might work on the full sequence. The key is consistency, not perfection. Research from the University of California followed 1,500 adults over 60 who practiced ground-to-standing movements for 1 year. They found a 60% reduction in serious falls and a 40% improvement in overall quality of life scores. But here's what I find most inspiring. These people reported feeling younger, more confident, and more independent. They started participating in activities they had given up years earlier. They traveled more, played with their grandchildren, and lived life on their own terms again. Now, I'm curious, which of these 6 exercises resonates most with you? Which one do you think you could start practicing today? And here's an important question. Have you been avoiding certain activities because you're afraid of falling or getting hurt? I want you to know that it's never too late to rebuild your strength and confidence. Write in the comments below and let me know your age, where you're watching from, and which exercise you're going to try first. I read every single comment, and I love hearing about your progress. Let me leave you with this thought: every single day, you have a choice. You can accept that getting older means getting weaker, more fragile, and more dependent on others. Or you can choose to work with your body's natural ability to stay strong, flexible, and independent well into your 80s, 90s, and beyond. These 6 forgotten exercises aren't just movements, they're your pathway back to the confident, capable person you've always been. They're your insurance policy against falls, injuries, and the loss of independence that too many people accept as inevitable. The research is clear: people who maintain their strength and mobility through simple, consistent movement live longer, happier, and more independent lives. They have more energy to spend with their loved ones. They continue pursuing their passions and dreams. They remain active participants in life rather than passive observers. You have everything you need to start this journey today. No expensive equipment, no gym memberships, no complicated routines. Just your body, a few minutes each day, and the commitment to invest in your future self. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, moving with confidence and strength you haven't felt in years. Imagine playing with your grandchildren without worry, traveling to places you've always wanted to see, and living each day with energy and enthusiasm. This isn't just a dream, it's entirely possible, and it starts with taking action today. If this video has inspired you to take control of your health and vitality, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Your support helps me continue creating content that can truly change lives. And if you're serious about transforming your health after 50, make sure to watch my next video where I reveal the 3 biggest nutrition mistakes that accelerate aging, and the simple swaps that can add years to your life. The link is right there on your screen. Remember, age is just a number, but strength and vitality are choices. Choose to be strong. Choose to be confident. Choose to live your best life at any age. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.